Like, what made you think like you was gonna really escape? Like, you really watching too many, but like you are really watching too many movies now because you really thought you was gonna get away with it. Because now you like poking the bear. What's good, everybody? Glass, Ace Time, Biddy Daddy Vlog Life. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you've already seen episode 1 of my review of Don't Fuck with Cats. This is episode 2. Subscribe, hit the bell button, pass this on to some people. I've seen all 3 parts, but I'm breaking it down in each episode. Episode 2, bro, look here. 1 ice pick, 1 lunatic. Well, let me rewind. So, as you've seen in episode 1, Magnotta, he keeps leaving small breadcrumbs, and he keeps just seeing if the group and all these people will take the bait, even when they got tired or they hit a dead end or something like that. Luka, he changed something. He gives them more. So he keeps feeding it. He needs this energy. He needs this attention. He is not getting this attention at home based off of his childhood, his upbringing, which I'll dive way more into in episode 3. Based on his childhood and his upbringing, you can tell he's thriving for this attention. He's thriving for this attention, and they're giving him the attention. He's leaving breadcrumbs. 1 ice pick, 1 lunatic. For those of you that have seen it, to me, it's still kind of mind-boggling, but at the same time, maybe it's not. When the initial detective in Montreal, because the cat videos happen in whatever part of Canada, I think Ontario. The killing happened in Montreal. As the detective is talking about the killing, as everybody else is talking about the killing of John Lynn, R.I.P. The killing of John Lynn. They really aren't. I'm not gonna say that they're cold-hearted about it, because they're sympathetic because a person did lose his life. So they're sympathetic about that. But you can clearly tell a big difference between when they talk about John Lynn, because when they seen him stabbed and everything on the video, they were like, damn, this is fucked up. But they weren't okay with it, but they didn't break down. When he started stabbing that goddamn black and white puppy, everybody lost it. The detective couldn't talk about it. Christine Body, she couldn't talk about it. Everybody. This still goes to show the love of animals, and just how the death of an animal triggers something completely different than that of a human. I don't want to put it in spectrums of talk about importance or this or that. Maybe it's just society, and maybe it's just we've just seen so many movies and things like that, to where we become desensitized to seeing a human die. And then at the same time, since I've seen so many different movies and everything, like it'll just be difficult for me to differentiate between looking at a live death and looking at something that's acting, just because you're still seeing it on TV and you're really not seeing it live. So it might take me a few moments to actually realize what's going on, but they really took more stock into the death of the puppy as opposed to John Lynn. It just really hit a total different nerve with them, and that's some wild shit. It really is wild. Luka, bro, what made you think sending body parts to the government was cool? What made you think you was gonna really escape? You really watching too many, but you are really watching too many movies now because you really thought you was gonna get away with it. Because now you poking the bear, and you poking the grizzly bear. And I know you fuck with Leonardo DiCaprio, but hey, we seen what happened with Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant fucking with that bear. Although it wasn't his fault. Let me stay on topic. The point that I'm making is that Luka really went sadistic with it. Again, when I talked about it in episode 1, I talked about the effort, the passion that everybody put in the group to specifically find things about Luka, what he was doing, how they looked through all the different videos and they found one picture that was different where he was at, and they realized that was the breadcrumb, and how they walked down every street in Montreal till they found exactly where they was at, to where they figured, okay, well, he's kind of in this area. And then when they went through the Craigslist reading to where how he specifically writes certain things, how his connotation is, certain pictures, angles, like they knew all of this to a certainty while they still had full-time jobs, while they still had families and everything outside. They still put in that much time and that much effort. That really shows you that people take this animal shit seriously. I mean, like, you know, they take death seriously, but they really take this animal shit seriously, and you boys really need to be smart about what y'all are doing. Man, but for Luka to put that Craigslist ad out there and then try to paint the whole picture about Manny. Let me not talk about Manny. I'll talk about him more in episode 3, because I still want to kind of stick to episode 2 and talk specifically about episode 2. All this CCTV footage, and you running, you going all these different places. You really thought this was a movie. Like, you really thought this was a game, and you thought that all of this stuff that leads up to it, that whatever story that you were telling, that you were trying to sell them in episode 3, you really thought that how they were looking at you on TV and they were looking at all this footage, like, you not living your lyrics. And what I mean when I say that, for those that don't understand it, it's not matching. Things aren't lining up. All this shit is going all kind of different ways, because what you're saying, the story is, and how you're acting is completely fucking different, and that shit is not matching, and you look like a whole motherfucking serial killer, and that's what you were going to be. After just so much point in time, like, man, look at, man, just love your children and just recognize when certain people need help. Because I think the mama saw certain things that he needed help, and she just didn't do it. So my advice to people, if you love somebody and you see that they need help, get them help, because if something goes bad or the shit hits the fan, that's kind of your fault too, because you chose to ignore it, and you indirectly played a part in how it turned out. I'm gonna leave it right there. Comment below. Let me know what y'all think. I can dive more into so many different aspects, but I'm gonna kind of leave it short and sweet, just because I want to build more of a dialogue in the comments and in the description. I do respond to every comment, so I want to build more of a dialogue within the comments, and we can kind of talk about it in the comments, and then from there, then I can just dive more into it, and I can shoot more of a different vlog to dive more into y'all theories and comments and everything like that, because I'm curious to know what y'all think. So that's how we're gonna treat it. H-Time, Baby Daddy vlog. Like, bam, out here, man.